are finally drawing Mori again. I don't know when the last time I drew Mori was, but it feels like it's been ages. So I'm acting surprised. I am, but I'm not. You know, I've drawn him a couple times. I have a couple pictures to upload. We've drawn Mori, but we've actually also drawn another character I never draw, but he's also kind of the exact same character at the same time, so here's how to explain. We also drew EXPTS, okay? Mori's twin brother, who is also kind of a conjoined twin, but not really. It is hard to explain, but I will explain it. So I drew this image Jesus Christ, what did I just say? I drew this image to discern the difference between Mori and EXPTS because EXPTS isn't a physical entity. He can switch with Mori, he can switch places with Mori, but he doesn't have his own life form. He's not a result of dissociative identity disorder, even though I do see the similarities and sometimes reference them to help discern the difference. EXPTS is a result of how Mori's brain is manufactured. Basically, Mori's brain is partially made of, how do I explain it? It is partially a real human brain and a manufactured one, a biomechanical kind of thing. It can form its own. It's not a robot. It can function the same way as any other brain, but it's not. I don't know biology. Nugget is in a box right now. So I mentioned earlier that I reference dissociative identity disorder, also known as DID. I did reference it to be able to draw the difference, because actually there is a difference between different characters when you switch between them with dissociative identity disorder. Basically, when you switch between two characters, the way you use the muscles in your face will change because different people use the muscles in the face differently. When someone with dissociative identity disorder switches with their other personality, their facial shape might change, the way their eyes look may change, their eyebrows. Their whole face will kind of have a slight difference to it that kind of shows the difference between them and the main user of the body. And so I use that to kind of figure out the difference. Obviously there's also body language. I tried to mess around with the body language a bit, and I think that came through, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, I'm just going to jump in here now. Something I forgot to mention is that the reason they're both kind of holding the same pose is because the lore behind the image is that it was taken because EXPTS committed a crime, and they needed the different images of them switching, but they needed kind of the same pose so that when analyzing it to try and figure out who committed a crime next time, if there was a next time it happened, which it probably will be, so they can figure out who is who, not based on body language, but the slight physical differences, because the physical differences are less controllable than the body language.
EXPTS and Mori, I kind of, not intentionally, but went with the evil twin trope a little bit with EXPTS. Because X was designed, Mori as a creature was designed to be violent, but because Overhaul used an already developed person to create EXPTS or Mori, they kind of clashed, causing two different identities in one body, which is what causes Mori and EXPTS to be two different creatures who are very, very different. Okay, so Mori was built from the child called Kai, and then EXPTS was the crafted version made by Overhaul. And so that was already developed enough to have a quirk and somewhat have the starting point of a personality. The brain, though, was a little bit stunted, obviously, because it was a dead brain. And so Mori still sometimes acts somewhat childish, whereas EXPTS' brain has had all the time and ability to develop properly, but because of the way it was designed to be more animalistic, he can sometimes come across as more childish.